Hey everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. We are back at the Siltcoos Lake Trail. We're going to try a little bit different route this time. I've got high hopes that this route we're going to take hasn't been decimated by mushroom hunters. Let's go find out. This place is definitely no secret among mushroom hunters. No reason not to share it because it is so overpressured, you're not going to find any mushrooms here. No point. No point in trying. Here we go, up a secret side trail to the left. It's been a couple days since we came in here on this trail and I made the video where we ran into the mushroom club. Since then, I looked for mushrooms in another spot, and guess what? There was a mushroom club there too, the Cascade Mycological Society, and they were collecting for their mushroom show. So they were taking everything they could find, but they couldn't find much because that spot was also really pressured. Oh wow, is mushroom hunting popular here in Oregon? Wow, wow, wow. And since then, we've had rain. It rained so hard last night, and it turns out my tent is no longer waterproof. It's only 7 years old, but the seam tape on the rainfly failed, and I had to cover the tent with tarps last night. I'm glad I brought lots of tarps. So we've had some serious rain overnight. The mushrooms could be a little mushy, but probably not because there hasn't been much rain other than that. My goal today is to get some of those giant coastal hedgehog mushrooms. I've never collected them before, and I would really like to. I'm actually kind of getting tired of eating mushrooms on this trip though. I've had mushrooms for dinner every night, but I'm going home tomorrow. So any mushrooms we get today, fingers crossed we get some, I'll be able to take home with me. Here we go. We are now on the trail less traveled. How much less traveled? We don't know. Hopefully a lot less. I wore my rain pants because I knew this was going to be brushy, and I knew the brush was going to be wet after all the rain last night. So I put my rain pants on right at the car. Look at this, right on the trail less traveled, 2 chanterelles. Okay, that's a very good sign that not too many mushroom hunters have made it up this way. We have now left the even less beaten path. We're going to parallel it through the woods and see if we can find anything good back here in this gorgeous spruce forest, coastal spruce forest. Come on, hedgehogs, reveal yourselves. So far there's no signs here of recent mushroom hunting activity. No plucked or cut mushrooms. Here's our first hedgehog. It's not a giant though. It hasn't even developed teeth yet, but I'm convinced it's a hedgehog. Here's another one here. There we go. This one's got some teeth to it. Yay! Well, we got 2 hedgehogs. Now let's find some giant ones. Got some little ones. Let's find some giants. Which way should I go? Which way looks best? I just don't know. Part of me is tempted to keep going up because that was the direction of travel, but man, oh man, over there looks really good too. What should I do? What should I do? I'm gonna keep following the direction of travel for now. Maybe we'll check that out on the way down. Here comes the rain. It's okay, I'm prepared. I can put my raincoat on. What was that? Big animal noise up ahead, probably a deer. And here's a chanterelle. May as well grab that while we're here. And time to stop and put the raincoat on. Now I'm fully prepared for anything that the Pacific Northwest wants to throw at me. And I see chanterelles. I wish they were hedgehogs, but I just might take them anyway. So good news, we have gotten off the mushroom hunter's path here. Yes! The mushroom clubs apparently don't know about this route just yet. Yay. Yay. We've definitely found out where the chanterelles grow up here. Or should I say down here. Now we just got to find out where the hedgehogs grow. More chanterelles. I'll double check to make sure they're not hedgehogs. Yeah, chanterelles. Going to leave them. I want hedgehogs. Here, hedgehog, hedgehog, hedgehog. Hey, it works for fish. I see some honey mushrooms up here. I think I will grab them because they are so delicious. Oh, they're gorgeous too, though. Here we go. Armillaria. Look at that. There's some more little ones coming up. Lots of armillaria here. And I can eat it with no problems. And I think it's delicious. So I'll take a few of these caps maybe. Honey mushroom is not a good mushroom for beginners. Please don't harvest these if you're a beginner. There are some poisonous lookalikes. The main thing about honey mushrooms is how incredibly variable they are. These are so pretty. I'm not going to pick them. They generally have rings, except for there are some that don't. And they have white spores, if I remember correctly, and they're always growing on wood. Couple more chanterelles. Oh, this one's been cut. Darn. That's my first indication of mushroom hunters up here. Darn, darn, darn. I still think it's okay though, because as soon as we got off this less beaten path, we started finding mushrooms. We are on the path right now, by the way. Here's some chanterelles. If whoever was up here last stayed on the path, they either didn't pick anything much in the way of chanterelles, or it was a while since they were here, and these have grown up since. I'll just take one, so I'm not really looking for chanterelles, and those are kind of far gone. They've been sitting there a while. We've made it to the bottom of the old trail. Not seeing too much sign of mushroom pickers here. That's good. Now let's find some mushrooms. Here's another cat. I don't know how to pronounce it. Catathalessima or something. They look a bit like Matsutake, and I think they're related, but they're not Matsutake. This is a historical site down here. I'm not sure what exactly it was used for, but they had electricity or telephone. This sure looks like prime habitat for those hedgehogs to me. Where are you hiding, hedgehogs? Where are you hiding? There's really not much of anything in these woods right here, even though they look like they should be good. I see something over there that looks like it could be a hedgehog, or it could be a conch. I bet it's a conch. Well, we'll go check it out in a minute. But until then, let's have some nice spearminty coffee. Cheers. I'm convinced now those are conchs. I don't think I'm even going to go look. But while we're here, let's just enjoy the quiet. No airplanes, no cars, just the ocean. The only sound I hear in the distance is the ocean. And then, of course, there's Bella, always busy. Always, always busy. She was limping the other day, and she still limps a little bit in the morning. Hopefully she gets better and doesn't have some sort of injury that requires surgery. Let's just stop and listen for a minute. Look at that beautiful spruce tree. You really have to get out to the coast to really get to where the spruce trees are. Okay, we could go down that hill there, but I don't think we're going to find anything because I was kind of over there the other day, so we're going to go back sort of in the direction we came. Up the hill we went down where I couldn't decide which direction to go. We're going to go back there and check that spot out. I just found somebody's lobster mushroom honey hole. There's their tag, and here's all the lobsters. People mark their lobster spots. They're going to be pretty mushy after all the rain. Maybe I'll grab a few, but they're hard to wash, and I'm camping, which makes it even harder to wash them. I see something bright red or orange down here. It's either a lobster mushroom or a piece of garbage. It's a lobster mushroom. Oh, and another one there too. This one might be too far gone. I don't know. It might be okay. Yeah, whoever marked this lobster spot has probably not been here this year. I see lots of rotten ones and lots of unpicked ones. That one's too far gone. Yeah, that one, yeah. Well, still no hedgehogs, but we are definitely in the lobster zone. Here's a beautiful one right here. It feels pretty soft though. I think all the lobsters are going to be pretty mushy after all the rain we had yesterday. There we go. Yep. Not nice. Not nice at all. And there's a live maggot right there. No, thank you. These woods are so insanely dark. This ribbon here might actually be marking the way out. I don't see any lobsters here, and it looks kind of like a path there. Oh, look here. Was that a cauliflower? No, I'm just seeing things. Pine needles. Okay. Here's a big old lobster down here. No. You know, it probably would have been edible yesterday before all the rain. It doesn't look wormy. Yeah. It's not actually wormy. It's just soggy as can be. So soggy. Yeah. A little bit rotten. And this just isn't my favorite mushroom, so I'm going to be especially picky with it. I'm seeing a lot of lobsters in here, but I don't know if I should even keep looking at them. They're all so soggy. But wow, they're everywhere. Wow. Let's see. No, so soggy. So gross. I don't know. They might have been good yesterday. They might have been. But today they're just gross. Lobster mushrooms are always kind of gross in my opinion. Here's another one here. They're just everywhere in here. How about this one? Hey, this one feels a little better. Oh, look at that. That's a really nice lobster, but see how dirty it is? Lobsters are just so dirty. And I'm camping. I don't have a good way to clean these. So I'm just going to take the stem and leave the rest behind. I mean, it looks so nice and clean on this side, but you turn it over and how do you clean that? Especially when it's this soft. More lobsters. More, and more. We have found lobster mushroom heaven. And a couple of chanterelles too. These are some nice firm ones. Must ignore lobster mushrooms. Only want hedgehogs. Lobsters are hard to ignore though, they're so bright. No, we want hedgehogs. We don't want chanterelles even. We just want hedgehogs. That's undoubtedly a chanterelle. But I'm going to check every chanterelle because hedgehogs look a bit like chanterelles. Yep, that's a chanterelle. Since I picked it, I'm going to keep it. And here's a chanterelle trail. They're just going down the trail here. It's not what we're here for. Okay. Let's go back to that spot I looked at earlier and thought might be good. Here's another false hedgehog. I think it's a rotten old king bolete. Yeah, I'm not sure though. I don't think king boletes are quite that yellow. Oh no, and this is bruising blue, I think. Let's see. Yeah. Look at that quick blue reaction. I don't know what this is other than blue. And there are some blue staining mushrooms that are edible, but there are some that are poison too. So the rule of thumb for bolete beginners, if it stains blue, don't touch it. But it's not true that all blue staining boletes are poisonous. I don't know what this is other than very strongly and quickly blue staining and fun to play with. So let's draw a little smiley face on it and leave it behind. Isn't that wild how quickly that stains? That's really fun. Bye bye, beautiful blue staining bolete. Here's a cool looking bolete. No idea what it is other than very, very brown. Since this is Walks with Moss, I'll point out this moss. It used to be called Buckiella undulata. Now I think it's called Plagiothecium undulata or something like that. I don't know. They changed the name of it. Yeah, it's not just fungi that get their names changed all the time. Moss names are changing continuously too. There's somebody's flag. Don't know what it's marking. Here's a nice patch of honey mushrooms. If these aren't too buggy, I think I'll pick a few of these and call it a day with no hedgehogs. Here's a really beautiful amanita. At least I assume it is because it's got the veil. If we dig down and find a vulva, then we'll know for sure. You got a vulva? Yeah. I'm not seeing it yet, but I'm sure it has one. I don't want to knock it over. There we go. It's got a bulbous base anyway. Some sort of amanita. Sure is a gorgeous one. Try to prop it back up with a stick there. Beautiful. And there's a baby there. No idea what this is. Maybe phalloides, but I think phalloides is green. I don't know a lot about amanitas other than I'm not eating them. Here are some of my absolute favorites. Craterellus tubiformis, the yellowfoot chanterelle. I generally don't harvest them until I have a way bigger group than this. These are not related to chanterelles at all. Craterellus tubiformis. They are delicious, but hard to get in any quantity. Here's a king bolete. Sadly, it's just too far gone. The bugs got it. Here's an enormous, commonly known as scaly chanterelle. Their scientific name used to be Gompus fucosus. Now it's turbinatus something or other. This is a striking specimen, but I guess it's a different variety than the turbinella because the turbinellas are more orange or something. So these have been divided up as well into something. Sometimes it's better just to look at them and not worry about the names. My late husband, whenever we went on interpretive trails, he would ignore the signs. He wanted to experience whatever he was experiencing for himself and make his own interpretations and not be told what he was seeing. Maybe he was onto something there. We gave it our best shot. Got well off the trail. Places where people haven't been mushroom hunting in a long time. Still didn't find any of those elusive giant coastal hedgehogs. At least we got a couple little hedgehogs to show. And got some chanterelles and some lobsters. And I left behind as many chanterelles as I picked. So I don't really want a bunch of chanterelles right now. Here's what we ended up with: a small bag of chanterelles and a few lobster mushrooms and a couple honey mushrooms. And if we were really hungry, we'd grab that coral mushroom, but we're not that hungry. That's what we got. That'll make a nice dinner tonight, even if it's not exactly what we were looking for. Oh, plus we got quite a few of the tubefoot chanterelle, which I really love. We are back at camp with my haul for today. I have chanterelles, yellowfoots, lobsters, honeys, and some Crogompus venicolor from yesterday. And 2 lonely little hedgehogs. One of which might even be infected with something because it doesn't have teeth. Maybe it's just too young to have teeth though. I'm going to take that gamble. Got them all separate. Fry them up in some butter and feast on them later. It really poured last night. This whole area turned into a lake, so I'm glad I pitched my tent in a high spot. But sadly, my tent is done. All of the seams in the rain fly leaked at the seam tape. I could repair it. I could get a new rain fly. But the last time I had a tent that did that, the body failed right afterwards. So this tent, I should probably just call it done and not try to salvage it. Luckily, I packed lots of tarps with me, so last night I was able to throw this tarp over the tent and we were able to stay dry. Otherwise, we were going to get soaked. There was water coming in. I like camping in the rain. Well, I mean, I'd much rather camp in the sun, but I'm okay with the rain. I pitch a tarp over the table and I'm good. This time I came up with an idea of using my tubs to help hold it up in the center, and that really worked, and that's probably what I'll do from now on. 3 of these tubs will be empty when I go home because they were filled with firewood. I've got so many trees at my new place, I didn't have to buy any firewood for this trip. I just brought it with me, which was pretty cool. I guess that wraps it up for Oregon anyway. I've got to pack up in the morning and go. I'm tempted to pack up a bunch of stuff tonight ahead of time, but I know that I'd end up missing it and going back to the car and unloading it and reloading it and unloading it and reloading it, and it would be a hassle. So I'm just going to wait till morning and pack everything at once and be done. The tent's just going to go rolled up in a ball in the tub, in one of these tubs. I'm not going to bother trying to fold it or put it in a sack or anything like that. And pretty sure this is the last trip for this tent. I've had it since 2017. This is 2024. 7 years. It didn't get used very much, not like my old Eureka tent. So it's kind of disappointing that it's failing, but it is what it is, I guess. I'm not going to cook these chanterelles, probably. These are going to come home with me. So time to sit down and read a book, roast some hot dogs, cook some mushrooms, and rest. And the book I'm reading is this. I've already read it once. I'm rereading it now. It's been so long since I've read it, it's almost like reading a new book. Very expensive book, too. And one section of it is actually in my hometown, and interestingly, the mushroom hunters in my hometown are paranoid as hell. And whenever a car goes past, they run and hide in the woods. Go figure. See you next week back in Washington. Bye-bye.